The courage of Queen Esther. King Xerxes banishes his queen Vashti after she refuses his command to appear before his guests. The search begins for a new queen. Esther, a young Jewish woman, is raised by her cousin Mordecai after the death of her parents. She is beautiful, kind, and faithful to God. The king's officials gather young women to compete for the role of queen. Esther is chosen and taken to the palace. Esther gains favor with Haggai, the eunuch in charge of the women. He gives her special treatment, ensuring her success in the competition. Esther is chosen by King Xerxes to be the new queen. Mordecai advises her to keep her Jewish identity a secret. Mordecai overhears a plot to assassinate King Xerxes. He informs Esther, who warns the king. Mordecai's name is recorded in the royal chronicles. Haman, a high-ranking official, is promoted to a position of great power. He demands everyone bow to him, but Mordecai refuses, staying true to his faith. Furious at Mordecai's defiance, Haman devises a plan to destroy all the Jews in the Persian Empire, persuading the king to issue a decree. The decree is announced, setting a date for the extermination of the Jews. Fear spreads among the Jewish people. Mordecai, in sackcloth and ashes, mourns the decree and pleads with Esther to intervene. He reminds her, "Perhaps you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Esther is hesitant, knowing the risk of approaching the king uninvited, but she agrees to act. She asks Mordecai and the Jews to fast and pray for 3 days. Esther enters the king's court uninvited, risking her life. To her relief, the king extends his golden scepter, welcoming her. Esther invites the king and Haman to a banquet. She holds back her request, instead inviting them to another feast the next day. Haman brags about his exclusive invitation to the queen's banquet, but remains furious about Mordecai. He builds a gallows to have Mordecai hanged. The king, unable to sleep, has the royal chronicles read to him. He learns of Mordecai's earlier act of loyalty in saving his life. The king orders Haman to honor Mordecai by leading him through the city in royal robes. Haman does so reluctantly, humiliated. At the second feast, Esther reveals her Jewish identity and pleads for her people's lives. She exposes Haman's plot to destroy them. Enraged, the king orders Haman to be executed on the very gallows he built for Mordecai. Esther and Mordecai persuade the king to issue a new decree, allowing the Jews to defend themselves against their enemies. The Jews triumph over their enemies. The event is commemorated as the Festival of Purim, celebrating God's deliverance through Esther's courage.